Here's a shocking statistic for you.
That's wild.
She was absolutely furious.
We're going a bit mad here, I
think we're going slightly mad.
It's all the excitement of potential Valentine's Day gifts. Valentine's Day in America is big business. It's so heavily marketed. Step into virtually any store and see that it has been prepped for the big day immediately after the Christmas merchandise has been cleared. We've even seen this before Christmas has even arrived.
I know, it's shocking, isn't it, when they clear the shelves of Christmas for the Valentine's candy and gifts.
On like December the 18th.
And who's thinking of buying it just before Christmas? You're there in a panic doing a bit of last minute Christmas shopping.
Yeah, you're like, well, everyone's getting heart-shaped candy now. Marketing research company Drive Research has provided some very interesting statistics for Valentine's Day 2024.
Approximately 52% of American consumers celebrate Valentine's Day, and of these, 35% will shop online for their gifts. American consumers will spend close to, wait for it, $192 each on their Valentine.
That's wild.
Oh, I better just notify my husband.
Yeah. Do our husbands know this is the going rate for Valentine's Day?
They will do.
Yeah. Our husbands are American, so they should know.
They should know.
This is an increase from 2022, when the average spend was $175. But wait for it, those who are aged 35 to 44 plan on spending a staggering $335, the highest total out of any age bracket.
Well, you've almost sneaked into that.
Yeah.
I've just sneaked out of that
only just, of course.
age range.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I mean, some people don't even spend that much on Christmas or those type of holidays, do they? We're going a bit mad here, I
think we're going slightly mad.
It's all the excitement of potential Valentine's Day gifts.
What my husband and I do is we usually cook a meal together and have a nice dinner and a nice bottle of wine and candlelight, you know. What about you guys?
Well, actually, we got engaged on February the 17th, so we celebrate Valentine's Day a few days later when the prices have dropped on everything. Not that we're cheap. I'm sorry if this offends everyone, because I know Valentine's Day is a popular day to get engaged, but Ryan didn't want to be like cliche and do it on Valentine's Day, so he did it a few days later, and so now that's our special love day.
Aww.
We don't really do much on Valentine's Day. I just feel like all of this consumerism is just so unattractive.
I think a lot of people do feel like that. I mean, it is ridiculous, really. I mean, how much they hype the prices. It really takes away the romance of the whole thing, I think.
I think that's right, yeah. It's kind of lost what it should be about if you even want to celebrate it at all, which is just about spending quality time with someone you love.
A lot of people believe, why should we just hone in on one day? You should be doing that, sort of showing how much you love your partner every day.
Oh, well, I mean, that's all well and good if that is what you're doing, I suppose.
Yeah,
I sometimes feel like men say that because they don't want to bother with Valentine's Day.
I was going to do it in quotes because I think that's it. Here's a shocking statistic for you. 3 in 10 Americans will go into credit card debt because of Valentine's.
To give you a comparison, according to PricewaterhouseCoopers, British people would spend almost £500 million on Valentine's Day gifts, men spending about £40 each, approximately $50, which is nearly twice as much as women. The study also predicted that the average spend on Valentine's Day would rise 12% from the year before. So to put that in some perspective, Americans are typically spending 4 times as much as British people, but even in Britain, the spend is going up each year.
But what do Americans spend their money on? Valentine's Day candy is the most popular gift with 57% of consumers. Other popular gifts include cards, 40%, flowers, 37%, an evening out, 31%, and jewellery, 21%. The average cost of an American Valentine's dinner is $121. An additional $33 is spent on drinks.
I wouldn't be surprised if people are spending a lot more.
Oh, I would
average.
think so. I know it's an average, but even so, how can you spend that much less unless you go to McDonald's?
Yeah, maybe that's what some people do. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Consumers spend around $30 on Valentine's Day presents for family and friends. This is something that does not happen in the UK and many other countries. Valentine's Day is just for lovers there. A recent poll found that children were more likely to receive gifts than spouses.
Wow, that's strange.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
It
Giving
is.
Valentine's gifts to children.
I think so.
Unless you are a child yourself.
You know, that becomes even more expensive. Oh, of course, unless you do, like it said, the spouse probably misses out. I wouldn't be too happy with that.
No, children have a lot of holidays, don't they, that focus around them. It's nice to have
do.
something that's a bit more grown up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just my opinion.
Gifts for pets are one of the fastest growing areas of Valentine's Day spending, with well over $1 billion spent nationwide.
Those who have been in relationships for 1 to 2 years will spend the most on Valentine's Day, at $247. Those who have been in a relationship for less than a year will spend $186, and those who have been together for more than 10 years will spend $189.
$189, Rog. 189.
Yeah. This is year 10 for me and my husband.
Oh, that's you too.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what we get.
I know.
Here are some interesting statistics. 46% of consumers will receive a Valentine's gift they don't like. So, what do consumers want? Popular gifts include candy, greeting cards, and flowers.
Around 224 million roses are grown specifically for Valentine's Day. According to the Society of American Florists, Valentine's Day accounts for 30% of all holiday flower purchases, beating out Christmas, Mother's Day, and Thanksgiving.
They're often imported to the US from countries like Kenya, Colombia, and Ecuador. 64% of men will buy flowers for their partner on Valentine's Day, compared to women at just 36%. And 15% of American women will actually purchase Valentine's flowers for themselves.
I can see how that might be an empowering thing to do. Like if you're single, for example, it's like I don't need to wait for a man to buy me flowers. Like if I want to appreciate the beauty of flowers, then I'm more than capable of buying them for myself, kind of thing.
I think it's more empowering to say, I'm not buying those flowers at that inflated price.
Yes, absolutely. Take some control back over this situation.
Yes.
Apparently, mixtapes are the least popular Valentine's Day gift, with only 13% of people expressing interest. Do these even exist anymore?
Mixtapes? No, that was back in my day. I mean, unless you can do a playlist to play in the car or at home, you know.
Yeah, like on your Spotify or something. I think that's quite a thoughtful thing to do.
I do. I'd be really pleased with the playlist.
Yeah.
Surprisingly or not, other gifts low on the popularity chain include kitchen appliances and sports equipment. So Lucy, the sports equipment, because you and I have just taken up golf, do you think you might get some sort of golf-themed present?
I wouldn't necessarily be disappointed with it. I do like all the golf stuff. No, I wouldn't mind that.
What about a kitchen appliance, like if you've got a new vacuum cleaner or something?
Yeah, I can see why that might turn a few heads.
Yeah.
Turn a few heads, I suppose.
Wow!
I meant like
a vacuum cleaner!
Rather than...
Actually happened to friends of mine. He did actually buy her a state-of-the-art vacuum cleaner. This was years ago.
Aww.
And he was excited. He told me about it and I was beforehand and he was so excited. And I go, yeah, that sounds really great. Maybe, get something else as well. Anyhow, she was furious. She made him take it back. Yeah.
Oh no.
She was absolutely furious.
I don't know if I would be furious, but I can see why you might be a bit like, on a special occasion, like you're going to give me something that's so
practical and boring.
and like, I hate to say it, but gendered as well.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's very
like,
gendered, isn't it?
Yeah, like, men, how would you feel if we got you a vacuum cleaner for your birthday?
See how you like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of that like, oh, she'll love this, bless her. She'll be so happy when she's cleaning the house. And I'm not saying that was his thought process.
No, he really genuinely thought that she'd be thrilled with this.
Roughly 6 billion people get engaged on Valentine's Day, and it's the most popular day of the year to get engaged.
Actually, I know a few people who got engaged on Valentine's Day. It's the ultimate romantic. I know you said you and your husband didn't.
Yeah.
But it is very romantic. But the thing is, if you're somebody is hoping that you're going to get proposed to on Valentine's Day and you don't, the disappointment.
Anything else is going to seem a bit kind of...
It's going to be like, you might even be given a box and you think it's a ring.
Oh,
in it,
no.
And you're all like,
The expectations, like we say, are so high.
And we are actually going to be making a video about expectations.
Yes.
So we shouldn't talk too much about this topic because we will be covering that.
Come back again.
Yeah, I think next week.
Yeah. When I say we didn't want to be cliched, I hope that doesn't offend anyone.
Well, you've just offended
6 billion people.
6 billion people are just like, what?
Yeah.
Well, we wish 6 billion people were watching our videos.
337 billion people have an online dating app subscription. This is worldwide, not just America. And nowadays, 25% of marriages actually begin online. The relationships begin online. Having said all of that, there's only about a 2% increase in dating app sign-ups around Valentine's Day. So obviously people who aren't in a relationship aren't necessarily missing it more around Valentine's Day than at other times of the year. I do think there's becoming a movement towards like celebrating your singleness on Valentine's Day.
Yes, there is. And actually we are doing a video about that too.
Come back again in 2 weeks.
Yeah, about Single Awareness Day or Singles Day or whatever you call it, which is a reaction to Valentine's Day for single people. Another one to look forward to.
Finally, let's remember the true meaning behind Valentine's Day. Love. Oh.
Well, if you loved our video, please give it a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already.